Okay, so today in Everyday Lessons in the Bible, I am in Psalms 143 and 144. So 143 is my humble prayer. And, as you've seen throughout all of the Psalms, we have rejoicing and we have crying out to God. And so this is your humble prayer, and it starts out with crying out to God and knowing that He is faithful and that His promises are always true and come to pass, and that He's really always there for you. You may feel like He's not, but He is. He is always working everything together for your good in His glory. So it's always, it does always work out. It just doesn't work out like you want it to. And I know that can be super, super hard. But the enemy, that can be Satan, that can be people, it can be both. Satan working through people, or just hurt people, are always seem to be out to get you and making life very difficult for you. And this is the humble prayer that we cry out to the Lord. And we can feel crushed, where we can't get up. There's darkness all around us. We feel depressed. Our heart is heavy and just full of despair, and like the world is crumbling around us. So we just have to remember that there are good days coming. And I think about how, you have to look back at the past and draw from the times that God has come through for you. And when He's worked things out for you in the past, that's what you draw from when things are bad, is knowing that, well, God came through for me before, He'll come through for me again. And so, we're at a place where we hunger and thirst for the Lord. And so in these scriptures, it's talking about how he is just so thirsty for the Lord. He feels dry and parched, and he just is hungry and thirsty for the Lord. And I just feel like we should always be at that place, just thirsty for more of what God has, and just wanting Him more and more and more in our life. And so, we just cry out to Him to come quickly, to answer us quickly. Wouldn't we like that, for God to come quickly? And, but when people are, when you're in that depressed state where you feel like you are just slipping further and further into darkness, this is where David is just crying out to the Lord, feeling so lost and alone and depressed, and just begging God not to leave him, and that knowing that God's love is unfailing love, and that God has a purpose and a plan for him. And so He has the same thing for us. And so he's just crying out for God to light the path. Show me the direction you want me to go, that I feel so lost and in darkness and depressed. And Lord, I need you to light the path. I need you to show me the way. That God is our refuge. He is our hiding place. He is the one we find comfort in whenever we are feeling lost and alone. We can come to Him for that comfort. And so we just cry out to Him to help us to learn how to obey. Because sometimes, a lot of times, we struggle to obey. And so we can just cry out to God, show me how to obey. Show me the way. Let your gracious Spirit lead me down the good path, the right path, the path that you have for me. Silence my enemies, because the enemy is always there, and he's always trying to be the loudest voice in your ear. And so then the next one is just rescue me. And this is when David was fixing to go into battle, against Goliath, which really wasn't much of a battle, but because God was on his side. So this one is, God alone is our strength for battle. And this is, this can be just life in general. We need God to help us through the battles that we face in our life, because we're always going to face them, you know, and we're going to have good and bad days and good seasons, bad seasons. Sometimes we're going to be at the mountaintop. Sometimes we're going to be in the valley low. And so he is strong and safe and secure. He is our safety. God is. And he is our shelter of love. And he's our fortress of faith. And I love that. I love that. And so think about, like, God is our shield. And so he it's like a wraparound shield. When we are walking in his ways, when we are walking on the path that he has for us, he is a wraparound shield around our lives. And I just think that's, I don't know, I love the sound of that, you know, that wherever I go, as long as I'm walking in God's way, his will, there is a shield that wraps around me. You know, it's like a hedge of protection, you know, around me. And so we just pray for the Lord to come and show up and help us through the things that we go through. And I think it's really cool how we are here today, gone tomorrow. We are but a breath. In the grand scheme of everything and all of life, we are only here for a breath. But yet so many of us focus so much on the here and the now and not the eternity. And so our focus should be on, you know, the Lord and all that we do, so that we're not just thinking about what we need for the here and the now. And so we just cry out to God to rescue us when we feel like we're in hell, rescue us when we're in darkness, asking God to deliver me, save me, because he is here. He's always here. But sometimes we just have to be able to cry out to God and for him to come and save us and be there for us. And so the enemy is constantly whispering in your ear, telling you lies, constantly. And anytime you've ever given into a lie, he's going to make it even harder for you the next time. So something that you gave into him about, he's going to keep using that over and over again. The enemy is always just looking to see what area he can tempt you at, or tempt you into something to do or whatever, you know. And so it's so frustrating, because if you ever gave into something, then he's like, oh, I got that one. And so we just have to stay strong and keep knowing that the enemy is the one that's constantly whispering in our ear. And at the end of this one, it says, sing a new song in your heart. So just sing a new song, you know, like let the songs that you sing come from your heart. And, you know, when you sing, you can just make up words. They don't have to be the words in the song. You can just make up words that's your heart cry. You know, just sing it to the Lord, because it's glorious to the Lord when we sing to him and we worship to him. And it talks about blessings falling on us. So sing a new song and let the blessings just flow all over your life.